Hey guys, Kurt here of NK Garage, and welcome back to another tool haul. So we've got a good buddy, his name's Lane, and he lives by us, and we became friends basically through buying a milling machine from him about 2 years ago. So we've kept in touch, and every once in a while Lane has some stuff. Sometimes we buy it from him, sometimes he gives it to us. But he was feeling really generous, and he gave us all these tools for free. So thank you, Lane. Really do appreciate it. This stuff's going to come in great use in the shop. So let's jump in, take a look, and see what we got. So first up, we got these. These are some kind of testing stands, some kind of like for indicators. Definitely for parts manufacturing. He said his job was throwing them away. So he offered them to us, and we said, yeah, sure, we might be able to figure something out with them. They're made by Mar Federal, and I guess, you know, you put your part down here. There's a couple of holes in here, so you could probably even, you know, set up some, I don't know if it would be gauge pins or clamps or something, I'm not really sure. And then this all rotates, slides up and down, and you put your indicator on there. That would be my understanding of it. Next up, we got a work lamp. These are really great to have like on your drill press and other, you know, wherever you have a workstation. So I don't know if I quite have a use for it, but I might check my drill press at home and see, maybe I can mount that to my drill press. Nick has one here, but I might be able to use that. Next up, we got a whole bucket full of drill bits. Again, you know, you can't have enough of this stuff. You know, sometimes, you know, you bust a drill bit. Sometimes, you know, you need something like this guy. This is a nice big one here. It's 59/64. Nice big drill bit, so that'll come in handy. Lane put this together, and he never ended up using it. He got all this stuff from one of his old jobs, you know, old stuff that was sitting around, and he put this little toolkit together. It's basically a stand from Washington Tools, Montebello, California. And basically you have coarse thread and fine thread, and you have the drill bits and the taps all set up, ready to go. So you can put this right by your workstation, and pretty easy. You don't have to refer to anything. You have the middle is the body drill, and that would be for the full width of like a piece of hardware. But then you also have the tap drills, which would be for doing your tapping, which taps are right here. And talking about tapping, check out all these monster taps that he gave us. He had these from somewhere. You know, he does tool hauls too. Definitely picks up a lot of machinist stuff, and this is just stuff he says he'll never use on his own. And it's funny, he gave this stuff to us a couple weeks ago, and the very next day we actually had to use one of these. On our trailer, we were doing a brake service, and we took the whole wheel bearing and everything off, and the axle, the threads on the axle were a little messed up, so we had to tap the nut, and then we had to use a thread file on the actual threads of the shaft. So we ended up using one of these taps just for the nut. So again, you know, this stuff will come in handy. There's definitely a lot of nice big ones in here. Coarse thread, fine thread. We got a bunch of dies. Some of these are some of the really old ones, like the this is the GT&D Corp, and these are the Little Giants. So these are all like, you know, you got the setups in here with the cutters, and I guess you could swap that out depending on the thread pitch, maybe different sizes and stuff like that. But we got all kinds of dies from super vintage to a little bit more modern. Definitely a lot of nice stuff here. We have GTD right there. That's 1 3/8 by 6. Got a lot of those older GTD ones like this. There's a bunch of them in here. This one's a Wells Brothers, and pretty big die, but that one's actually only 5/16. This stuff is just cool. Some of these are kind of collectible, but also there's a lot of them in here that can still be used. Got a whole tray of various pieces below us here. In the top section here, we have a bunch of dovetail cutters. So these are pretty nice to have, especially since we do have the milling machine. So we have all different sizes. And then all of these are all the arbors. So, you know, some of them are set up, but some of them aren't. So I'm just gonna try to find some pieces that might go together. Not that one, but maybe this one. So that's how you set up the arbor. Oh, it's reverse thread. You screw that on there. It's got the little indent here for the machine. Other than that, we have some carbide high-speed steel cutters for the lathe. I don't know what the technical term for this is, but it's for threading. It's a special kind of tap. If you guys know, I'm just not familiar with the terminology or the use of this, but definitely pretty cool. Got a bunch more smaller dies in here. A lot of nice ones, just mixed brands, but very good brands. This is a brand new package of dies, so there's a bunch of small ones in there. They're all the same size. And then we got more cutters over here. These kind of look like end mills, but I'm not sure if there's a different name for it. But they might just be end mills for a certain machine. And then these are some interesting looking drill bits. Very wide spacing on the cutters there, so I'm not sure exactly the purpose or why they look the way they do. But if you guys know, definitely leave it in the comments down below. I'm always looking to learn a little more. Then back at the top, we've got a couple more tools. We have the surface gauge. This is a Brown & Sharp, and it's not complete. We're missing the part that goes in here to sweep over your parts, but we have the stand, and it's mostly there. The parts can be interchangeable between the brands too. They're pretty standard. We have a nice little Ellis Starrett tap handle. It's a nice little one there for the small guys. We have the extended Ellis Starrett tap handle. It's a little bit of a bend on this one, so we're going to have to fix that. But I've never seen one that long, and definitely going to be a keeper here for the shop. Got a couple of die holders. This one's a GTD. This one here looks homemade. Then we got two more over here. This one is a GTD as well, and this one is a Bay State. Definitely feels like a really nice one too. Got two little clamps, little mini vices, however you want to call them. Definitely great for machinist work and stuff like that. Got this little Ellis Starrett. I think this is for mounting a dial indicator. Then over here we have the Craftsman circular saw filing vise. I actually haven't opened this up yet, so this is pretty vintage. So there's the unit there. We got some instructions, but yeah, it's a nice little jig. Got the Craftsman crown logo. This thing looks pretty sweet in the box and everything, so that's pretty awesome. This is a carbide tool holder for the mill. Looks like a R8. We have a Starrett hole saw, 3 1/8 inch. We got a couple combination square pieces here. I didn't see any brands on that, but got the standard and then this little guy. So that's kind of like to make it more into just like a straight right angle, just smaller attachment piece. We got a couple wrenches here. He gave us a toolbox and there's some random tools in it. We have a old crescent wrench. Got a Craftsman foreign made ratcheting wrench. Got a Stahl wheel, Stable 20. It's made in Germany. This one here is a Proto Challenger. Got an old Sears. I got everything upside down today. Got an old Sears 7/8 Japan, and a Blackhawk 1/2 inch 6-point. A couple of Craftsman sockets. We got two folding hex key sets. They're a little bit rusty, but they should be able to be cleaned up. That one's a Chesco, and this one is an Eklund. We got this Woodworker's Warehouse little caliper angle something.
He described it as a tool to measure the thickness of wood being coming out of a planer. That's a quick way to reference how thick your wood is.
Yeah, I guess this angle here, it marks out the different sizes of thickness, and basically it's just a caliper, but it's cool, it's interesting. We have this hammer here. This is a Nupla fiberglass handle, 16-ounce carpenter's hammer. Got a Stanley shortcut toolbox finish saw, pretty good shape. Got the original price from True Value of $7.99. And then we have a couple of screwdrivers, and this one's a nut driver by Vaco. We have the Craftsman tapered reamer, 3 Craftsman flat blade screwdrivers, and 2 SK screwdrivers, Phillips number 2, and a nice long cabinet slotted. And we're not done yet. We actually have a couple of things down here. This is the, everybody knows about the Liam Leeson, right? That must have been some inside joke at the at work or something. He said they were throwing this out at his job, so he grabbed it for us. But the brand is Leeson, and this is actually a 3-phase motor, and I think it's brand new. It looks pretty new. They must have bought it for something and then never used it. So, nice 3-phase motor. Not too many people can use a 3-phase motor, but we do have the phase converters, so that might come in handy for something. We got this little sorting little parts cabinet, not bad. And then we got this whole crate full of plastic stock, so that's pretty cool. Sometimes we are making stuff and we do want to make something out of plastic. We have like these acrylic rods. That's pretty good. You can never have too many materials. I don't know the names of all the different types of material, if this is Lexan or something. Then we have like this gray plastic, and we have like a black plastic, and then this white plastic. But yeah, I mean, this stuff can all be made into parts and hardware, and whatever you need whenever you're crafting something. So that's definitely going to come in handy. And then the big boy. He picked this up somewhere years ago, and he told us, he said to himself, I'm going to use this all the time. And he has never used it. This is a Johnson bar. Used in machinery shops and, manufacturing and stuff like that. This is a nice old vintage one. It's got this nice wooden, I think it's oak handle. But you got the heavy duty steel down there is your leverage for just picking up on something. Like I could probably just go over here and I can lift that table up with ease, and that table is extremely heavy. So this thing can do some serious work. Let's take a closer look and see what the tag says. So we got something like Essex Scale and Caster Co. Caster's Trucks and Scales, so that's the company that was selling it. Looks like there might be a part number or inventory number or something, 227-PG, I think. And then I'm trying to read this. I can't make that out. It might be orange. Yeah, this is orange, but if you guys can recognize that, there's this kind of like circle around here. Then there's a rectangle in here, but there's also like a little box there. Kind of looks like the Chevy logo a little bit, and it's all I can see is maybe orange. But yeah, heavy duty Johnson bar. I think that's my favorite pick of the day. This thing could probably pick up our, tip up our lathe, if we had to, do that for some reason. But maybe if we have to move it and we need to, do it Egyptian style and roll it on some rods, we might have to, lift it up and do that. So you never know what you might need it for. So that's the tool haul for today. And I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, let me know what you think about the tool haul. The price was the best price. We owe Lane a big favor here, so we're going to be giving him something as a little gift. But I think it was pretty fun. We got a lot of tool hauls coming up. I've been busy. I've been doing a lot of buying. Been to the flea market, spent some money. There's some stuff coming, so stay tuned. We'll see you guys on the next one.